Let's go to the safari.
Ganda ng view mo dyan.
Keep your hands on sweet and
Mas
let's
wala na tayong saksay on that side.
If you get pretty bumpy out there, I don't want anyone falling out because it is a pretty long walk back to the village. But above you, there is an animal spotting guide to help you identify any animals that you might see out here on the reserve today. There's no guarantee that we'll see all of them, but hopefully we will get to see a good amount. So make sure you have all your phones and cameras out and ready, because you never know when an animal is about to show up. But make sure you hold on tight to them and all your other personal belongings, because if anything happens to fall out, I cannot stop it again.
There you go. What's that?
Now entering the little tree forest. Many of the animals like to use their natural colorations to blend in with the surroundings. Over on the left-hand side, those rich brown animals are bongos, and they are very shy animals, so they are nicknamed the ghosts of the forest. Because over on the right-hand side, there is an okapi. Many people think the okapi is closely related to the zebra because of the zebra stripes it has on its legs, but it's actually more closely related to the giraffe because of the shape of its skull. And it's actually the only living relative of the giraffe. But just like their cousins, okapis have a long freehand-style tongue that they will use to clean their ears, nose, and eyes with, as well as grab any leaves or branches that they want to eat. Coming up on the right-hand side on top of that hill behind those bushes, those are some greater kudos. And they are all females, and I can tell because they do not have any horns on their heads. So only male greater kudos will have horns, as well as a beard on their chin. They have white stripes on their backs, so that helps them to camouflage with their surroundings, especially as they're hiding in the vegetation as the sunlight comes through the leaves. Keep going and see what other animals we can find in here, because they are pretty good at hiding, so it can be a little hard to find sometimes. That okapi result is also a very shy animal, so it was thought to be a myth until it was discovered in the year 1901. So that is pretty recent if you think about it. So because those animals are pretty shy, and some don't think that they have their camouflage and all that dense vegetation, so they have lots of hiding places. We are now coming up on the Salty River, which is an ecosystem for semi-aquatic animals. Coming up on the right-hand side on the island, there are some pink-backed pelicans. These pelicans get their name from the blush pink color they'll become during the mating season, and they are colonial nesters, which means that they like to nest in large groups of up to 500 pelicans, because there is safety in numbers. They'll return to the same nesting grounds every year, and they like to nest in trees or on the bottom of cliffs. They have a wingspan of about 9 feet wide, which is about the same width as the canopy of this truck. This river would be a pretty good place to see some Nile hippos. So let's see if we can find any up ahead here.
Yeah. Hippo, where are you?
Hippos can swim, but they prefer to just walk along the bottom of the river. So they kind of look like astronauts walking around night, except they're going to be a little bit more graceful as they glide through the water. Don't see any hippos. They could be under the water deep enough where we can't see them right now. They are herbivores, which means that they only eat plants. And they need to eat about 100 pounds of food every day. So sometimes they will travel over 6 miles a day to try and find food. Over on the other side, there are some Nile crocodiles.
Nile crocodiles. Not just one, but two.
Make sure you are sitting down, friends. Thank you.
Wow! No, why is that huge? Oh my god! There's more of them.
Now crocodiles have already been That is a 1-6 and not a 6-0. They have a very strong jaw force, what they get for their jaw muscles. And they have special scales on their backs called osteoderms that the crocodiles will use as body armor. And those osteoderms will also serve as shoulder panels, so they'll collect heat and keep the crocodiles warm since they are cold-blooded. Coming up on the right-hand side, this large tree is called a baobab tree. It is also known as a tree of light. So if it had leaves, it might look a little bit more familiar. However, it will only have leaves during the rainy season, and that is only 3 months out of the entire year. And the rest of the year, it will look completely bare like it does right now. We are now making our way into the African savanna, which is an ecosystem for a lot of different animals. So let's see what we can find here. And over on the right hand side, there are some Heartland Mountain zebras. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. And a lot of people wonder if zebras are black with white stripes or white with black stripes. But if you're able to look at their noses, the skin on their nose is black. So they are black with white stripes. When they're in a large herd together, and especially while they're running, their stripes will blend together. And that will create an optical illusion that makes it difficult for predators to pick out one individual zebra from another. No two zebras will have the exact same stripe pattern, just like no two humans have the exact same set of teeth.
No, wild
So on the
dogs.
left-hand side, those are African painted dogs.
Yeah.
So each painted dog will have its own unique coat pattern. They can run pretty fast, about 35 to 40 miles an hour due to the long slender legs that they have.
Wow.
They're pretty good pack hunters, so they work well together as a team to bring down larger prey. And will sometimes have a better hunting success rate than the lions. Coming up on the left-hand side, there are some brown antelopes lying down. Those are sable antelopes, and they are the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Preserve. And also on the left-hand side, those
Wild
large red
beasts.
animals are wildebeest. Wildebeest get their name from the Dutch Afrikaans language, meaning wild beast. They have scent glands underneath their eyes and near their hooves that the males will use to mark their territories in. And they will also use those scent glands to help keep track of each other during the Great Migration. So every year, they will travel 500 to 1,000 miles, and they are very densely populated. So they'll travel in a herd of about 1.5 million. So it's kind of like the world's biggest daily vacation. The sound that the wildebeest makes is called nil, which is spelled G-N-U. Looks like we got a better view of those Heartland Mountain zebras again on the right-hand side there. Their hooves are very pointed and compacted, so that helps them to climb any mountainous terrain. Okay, up on the right-hand side, these animals with the very large horns on their heads are Ankoli cattle. They're also known as Watusi cattle, named after the Watusi tribe in Africa have domesticated them. Their horns look like they would be pretty heavy, but they're actually pretty light because they have a honeycomb-like structure inside them that makes their horns hollow inside. Also on the right-hand side, there are some small tan animals laying down. There is one standing up, and those are springbok. Even though those springbok are pretty small, they're actually among the top 10 fastest land animals in the world. So they can run at speeds of 53 to 60 miles an hour. And they can also jump 6 feet straight up into the air and 13 feet across while they're running. They can usually be found in small herds of up to 100 individuals. And coming up on the left-hand side by those palm trees, there are some Maasai giraffes. So a group of giraffes is called a tower. And Maasai giraffes have a more blotchy thought pattern than other species of giraffes. Looks like that baby right, that one is a baby. So I'd say it's about 8 or 9 months old now, due to its height.
That's the giraffe.
Very cute. Pretty quick around here. But when giraffes are first born, they're already taller than the average human. that baby was already 6 feet tall when it was born. It's gonna grow to be pretty tall, just like all those other adult giraffes there.
Sometimes you can't get them.
Baby giraffes are able to stand and walk within the first hour of life. If you look over on the right hand side, there is an African elephant. Elephants are the largest land animals in the world. So females can weigh up to 8,000 pounds, but the males are much larger, weighing in at 13,000 pounds. And because they are so large, they kind of act like bulldozers, and they can knock down trees. Sometimes because they want to or they can't, and other times it's to try to find food. Males tend to be more solitary than the females, but they will sometimes form small bachelor herds where the older elephants will teach younger ones how to be a good elephant. It's kind of like elephant school for them, where they learn all the necessary survival skills that they need. But the females are more social, so they can be found in herds with other females along their young. They will have a leader called the matriarch. Elephants need a very large territory. So if we keep going, we can hopefully see some more elephants up ahead somewhere. And look over on the right hand side, there are some elephant tusk marks in that red plate. So it looks like an elephant was here earlier. They like to eat red clay so that they can get their source of vitamins and minerals. Because they need to stay healthy just like us humans need to. That is a pretty good sign that we can still see some more up ahead somewhere. You can do see one over on the left way up in the distance. So let's see if we can get a little bit closer to the elephant. Get a better view of it. Trees in this area. So the reason they're known as the tree of life is because they become a very good source of water for a lot of different animals during the dry season. Because they can hold many gallons of water inside their trunks. Also known as the upside down tree because they kind of look like they're upside down without all their leaves, but they're actually right side up. There are some more elephants on the left hand side. So they can use their trunks for many different things, including greeting each other, grabbing things, eating, breathing, smelling, drinking water, and a lot of other things. And they have more muscles in their trunks than us humans do in our entire bodies. So they can be pretty strong. Okay, on the left hand side on the island, there are some greater flamingos. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. And the greater flamingo is the largest and most pale pink of all the flamingo species. But when they first hatch out of their eggs, they're actually going to be more white or gray. And they won't start becoming pinks until they're about a year or two old. So if you see a white or gray flamingo, that just means that it's a little bit younger than everyone else. And it's still in its teenager phase. Left-hand side, and that would be a pretty good place for some rhinos to roll around in and cool off, because it's kind of like their version of a swimming pool. Some mud helps keep the rhinos cool, and they will also act as an insect repellent as well as a sunscreen for them. So the rhinos know how to be sustainable and use their natural resources. Just like we should all try to be when we go home. But I know there have been a lot of cheetah sightings in this area recently. Have to keep our eyes open to see if we can spot any up ahead here.
Cheetah! 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 There,
On the left-hand side there.
Wow.
You see in the shade.
I think that cheetah's accepted this flag.
Cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world.
There's another one right there.
Look up
Wow.
to this other one that's a little further up on the left that might be easier to see for everyone.
There. They're the fastest animal in the world. Under the tree. Under the tree.
However, they can only hold that speed for a few hundred yards, as it does take a lot of energy for them to run that
They're
fast.
camouflaged already with the trees.
They have dark markings underneath their eyes that helps to reduce the glare from the sun. And they're the only large cat in the world to have non-retractable claws. So by having their claws out the whole time, it helps them grip the ground as they're sprinting. So in a way, the cheetahs are kind of like a football player, with the dark lines underneath their eyes and their football feet. The cheetahs are built for speed and not shape. When they find themselves in a tricky situation, they'll just run away. But on the left-hand side, there is a lion over there. So that is the female because she does not have a mane around her neck. Sorry, the sun is a little bright in my eyes, so if I don't see any animals, the sun is just blinding me.
Wow.
The lions are mostly active at dawn and dusk.
Go more, go more,
And
go.
on the right-hand side, there are some white rhinos.
Rhino.
It looks like there are two females on the left-hand side there, as well as the male. He should be lying down there. So the male is the one with the mane around his neck. So that's all that hair. He looks to be pretty young though, because his mane is not very dark and not very full.
You're not gonna eat me,
That'll
right?
change as he gets older. They'll spend 16 to 20 hours every day sleeping.
16 to 20 hours.
And the rest of the time is spent hunting, which is mostly done by the females. So it looks like that male is very hard at work right now, sleeping all day. The group of lions is called a pride. And the Swahili word for lion is actually Simba. So that makes a lot more sense when you watch The Lion King. So there's those white rhinos again over on the right-hand side. A group of rhinos is called a crash, and there is also an ostrich right in front of that tree stump. So white rhinos are very large animals, and they can weigh anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. And ostriches are the largest birds in the world. However, they cannot fly. But to make up for that fact, they can run about 40 miles an hour, which is about the same speed as a horse. If they can't outrun a predator, they will stop running and put their head flat on the ground. And that is their version of hiding. But it looks like they lay some eggs on the right-hand side by that tall grass there. So each egg will weigh about 3 pounds. And they are very strong and durable. Yeah, they need to be, because ostriches weigh about 200 pounds. So the eggs need to be able to support that. We are now in the Magadi Glen, which is where the warden lives. So let's see if he's home, and we can go say hi. Looks like the Nigerian crew goes are home. He'll be hiding behind that jeep there.
Where?
There are a few more on the front porch.
Oh, go.
And these goats are very cute and very small. But they are fully grown adults. They still like to kid around them. So they like to run around and chase each other, as well as headbutt each other. And they have a good sense of balance to help them climb around and everything.